talking about faith, life and learning in the 21st century. Honestly, I'm going to do the best that I can. I will try and do a video every week, but to be honest, life isn't easy at the moment, and trying to go through the emotional journey that is COVID at the moment, and you know, carrying on work. I have still been working full-time, plus picking up other projects, just trying to support other people and stuff. There's a lot going on, and honestly I kind of feel at times that, you know, trying to do a video isn't important, but at the same time I think lockdown has really shown what I want to be important to me, and to be honest, sharing the gospel and sharing my faith and, you know, life is important to me. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and I'm going to try to make videos. They're probably not going to be brilliant, but that's what we're going to do. So with lockdown and everyone saying that they're going to get, you know, fit and healthy and everything, I thought it would be a good opportunity to pick up my running again, and I used the Couch to 5k app to train, build a bit of consistency and regular routine. I have finished, which is good. It's horrible. I think my trainers are really rubbish, so I sort of feel like I'm having shin splints or something like that. So it's not great, but I've done it. So obviously whilst running, I will alternate between kind of listening to podcasts, audiobooks, but also a lot of music, because, you know, it helps to keep a rhythm and momentum when running. And I have found that I have been listening to the same couple of worship songs on loop, you know, always skipping ahead or putting them in the queue on my Spotify playlist to listen to these songs first, and just thought that actually it might be a nice opportunity to share with anyone who ends up watching this what worship songs I'm loving. They might be new to you and you might like them as well. So I will just say first though, I mean, technically not all of them they would count as worship music. They probably more are contemporary Christian music, but for me, I kind of think if it's a faith, you know, if it's a song that you count as Christian, there's a form of worship in it, and for me they have really helped to focus my attention and focus to be on God. So I don't know if I'm actually allowed to play the music on YouTube or Facebook, wherever this video ends up going, because of copyright and such, but I will put all the list of the songs down below in the description bar, and I'll link to my Spotify playlist that has all these on, so do go and check them out. But I apologise, there probably is a way that I can play a clip of it, but I kind of don't really want to risk it. So the first one, quite a shocker for me actually. If you'd have told me I'd have been putting a song from Kanye West in a playlist of some of my favourite songs, I'd be quite surprised, unless he was doing it with Beyonce, because Beyonce is the boss. Last year Kanye West dropped a gospel worship album. I listened to clips and I was reading a lot about it and sort of the Christian community's skepticism, to be honest, about the fact that he'd released his worship album and suddenly he was being very vocal about his faith. He does his Sunday services that are a kind of mix between a, you know, new fashion show, gospel performance, Sunday service, but to be honest, you know what, he's raising awareness for faith with his platform and his audience, so, you know, good on him. Anyway, and the album, actually, I really like it. Has only 11 songs, but actually some of them are quite short. Oh, it doesn't say the length of them, but so the whole album is frustratingly short because it's just got some really good tunes. And for me, my favourite of the album is a song called God Is. It's quite catchy, and it's got this kind of sort of wailing-y voice at the beginning, but it's just the sort of breakdown rap that he does, it's just really, it's got me to the heart kind of thing. And he I'm gonna read a few the lyrics. So he says, like, I know God is alive, yeah, he's opened up my vision, given me a revelation, this ain't about a dead religion, Jesus brought a revolution. And he did. You know, we should be thinking about the fact that Jesus did create this kind of he brought about a revolution, that it wasn't about, you know, obeying to the Pharisees and listening to sort of their you know, human created rules that we that they were just doing, you know, going through the motions rather than actually what mattered. And it was about loving God and loving your neighbour and loving Jesus, and just sort of, you know, pouring out that love to others, rather than, well, you know, who should go first and stuff. So yeah, I really like that kind of clip, that bit. And then a little bit further on, he says, all my idols, let them go, all the demons, let them know, this a mission, not a show, this is my eternal soul. And whatever your feelings about Kanye West might be, it's the fact that this, you know, he's saying, let everyone know that this is about my eternal soul and the future with God, that I want to declare. That's what it's about. That's what I think. And it just, and I'm just like, yeah, love that. And you know, the fact that it probably in the pop fashion, you know, celebrity culture, there is a lot of idolite, well, there is a behaviour of idolism and, you know, submission to demons or whatever kind of thing, and that it can be a sense of performing in life and stuff. And, you know, is about the fact that we all have a mission. We have all been given a mission to share the gospel and to, you know, to do the good works. And that's just what I really love about this song, to say, you know, I'm not listening to you, this is about doing God's work. So yes, love that song. So second on my favourites list at the moment is Rescuer brackets Good News by Rend Collective. Now, who doesn't love Rend Collective? Whether it's the Campfire Acoustic album or even the Campfire Christmas album, love it. And the all-time, you know, church crowd-pleasing favourite, verging on a little bit overdone, but still nevertheless an absolute favourite, My Lighthouse. Especially for me, living in Plymouth, we've got a big lighthouse up on the Hoe, so, you know, there's a huge personal association with the song. But this kind of just came up on a recommendations list that Spotify do. It's got that kind of pounding beat that they do really well in their kind of more folksy style music, but it's a really almost like a marching song. That's probably not the right word to say, but, you know, like, actually it's just sort of like a good one to run to, because it's just got this really sort of solid beat with it. But it's catchy, and it always just makes me want to sing along with it. And it opens with sort of part of the chorus, but then as it starts the verse, it says, there is good news for the captives, good news for the shame, there is good news for the one who walked away. There is good news for the doubter, the one religion failed, for the good Lord has come to seek and save. And it just kind of reminds me that no matter how tough life might get, no matter the ups and downs that happen, you know, God is always there for us, and he will always welcome us with open arms, no matter what we've done, no matter where we've been, or how we feel. He loves us, and he will always welcome us back. God can restore life, he brings hope, and as the song says, he is our rescuer. And yeah, I just really love that. So next on my list is the acoustic version of "Oh Come to the Altar" by Elevation Music. The song itself, regardless of the version, is still really beautiful, but for me, I really love this acoustic version, because to me it just reflects that kind of steady peacefulness that I think coming to the altar does bring. You know, it opens with, are you hurting and broken within, overwhelmed by the weight of your sin? Jesus is calling. Have you come to the end of yourself? Do you thirst for a drink from the well? Jesus is calling. And you know, whilst happy, clappy, big worship music is fantastic, and it's great to, you know, maybe take you into the mood of in one way, but for me, sometimes I feel like those calming, peaceful, more reflective songs work sometimes just a bit better for me, to let me feel that kind of peace of God. And are you hurting and broken within? What aren't we all? And with everything going on at the moment, you know, I think a lot of us are really struggling. And yeah, it's just a sort of reminder to come to the altar, because he's got his arms open wide. And filming today on Father's Day, and actually to say sort of, you know, the Father's arms are open wide, and yeah, it's just a really comforting, you know, like the embrace of a parent. That's what it's like with God. So the next isn't really a kind of worship song, which is why I'm calling it more of a CCM playlist, but less of a catchy title. It is Wonder by Hillsong United. But again, this just gets me to my soul. It's an iconic bit of cinematography history, when Dorothy wakes up after the hurricane, and says, you know, we're not in Kansas anymore, because suddenly everything is in colour, everything is bright, and, you know, it's not just black and white and greys, there is reds and blues and yellows and aquas and, you know, maroons and all colours and stuff. And, you know, it's just a hugely eye-opening scene starting this off, you know, for her, going from sort of one way to suddenly seeing the expanse of colour. And I kind of feel like that's this song in a way. I think because they just say like wonder so much, and just sort of just pieces in the lyrics. I see the world your way and I'm not afraid to follow. I see the world your way and I'm not ashamed to say so. I see the Jesus way and I'm walking in the light. And I think it's just a reminder for me that God sees the wonder in everything, and whatever's going on, life might be tough, you know, something might not be going right, you might be a bit sick, or, you know, whatever we're going through, there is something joyful and wonderful that we can see in the world. And that could be, you know, new shoots from your tomato plant, hearing bird songs, seeing a kid laugh, anything, because God finds joy in those things. And I think, you know, he made creation, it is good most of the time, some of the time, it is good, and we should take joy and wonder from that. And I think then that helps us to be more compassionate to not only others but to ourselves as well. So that, you know, okay, times might be tough, but you know what? I've got family around me who love me. We can go through this together. You know, it might be raining, but I'm going to go out running because, you know, I have the ability to go out, and we should all celebrate the things that we're able to do, that God's given us. But also from those lines, I think it's a challenge to ourselves to say, you know, we're going to walk in the light of Jesus and the light of love, and not afraid to say, I believe in Christ and I am a follower of Christ. And, you know, it's not going to stop me in calling out things that are not good, that are not kind, that are not ethical, that are not moral, that are not filled with love. And, you know, we're not going to let things slip by just because society and life says so. So the final of my playlist is Just Give Me Jesus by Unspoken. So I don't know these guys as well. Again, I just stumbled across it via recommendations. But I mean, what more can you say? Just give me Jesus. It's just a reminder that we've got to focus our eyes on Jesus. And start of the second verse, take all my pride, my dreams and plans. This house I built on troubled sands. If I gained the world, it could never be enough. And you know, the parable of the man who built his house on sand compared to rock, and the fact that we are called to build our lives on Jesus, the rock, gets me again. The fact that we've just got to focus on Jesus, and it's just kind of that aligning song that sort of blinkers, is that the right thing that horses wear? But you know, it just sort of realigns me to just sort of think I've got to be focusing on Jesus, because there is no point in doing things if, you know, there's no point gaining the world if we are not fully in love and committed with Christ. So yeah, it's just another good song that I really like. So that is my top 5 list for recent favourites on my worship brackets contemporary Christian music that I have been loving at the moment. Are they new to you? It would be great to know if they are new, and do you like any of them? But if you already know some of the songs, it'd be great to know kind of your thoughts on them. I am not theologically analysing these songs probably maybe in the right way that I should be. This is just sort of my interpretation, my feelings of them, and I'd like to think that they're putting my heart in the right place as a reminder of where I need to be focusing on Jesus. So I'd love to know if there are any new songs that you've been listening to lately and you'd like to share. Always keen to expand my playlist. So I will put links to all of the songs in the description bar below, and I will write a blog post about it as well, so I will link that down below. But it would be wonderful if you are new to my channel. I have just started and just exploring creating content about sharing faith, life and learning in the 21st century for a young Christian, and it would be wonderful if you could subscribe to my channel, because I really want to use this as a platform for sharing the gospel, sharing God's love and doing good works. Otherwise, I pray everyone's having a wonderful day, and I will see you all soon. Thank you.